Hello, welcome to my short videos. This video explains the concept of riba as I understand it. In an earlier video, I have explained the concept of profit. To expound on this concept of riba, I have relied upon the book The Concept of Riba and Islamic Banking by Professor Imran Ahsan Khan Niazi, published by Advanced Legal Studies Institute. In my opinion, this book elaborates the concept of riba quite well, basing upon how the earliest scholars of Islam had expounded on the concept. It is important for Muslims to understand this concept because it is forbidden in Islam in the strongest terms. Riba is the only issue in the Holy Quran on which God has threatened war against those who practice it. Verse 278-279 of Surah Al-Baqarah attest to that. So what is riba? Riba, in its literal meaning, is excess. And in Sharia, it is the stipulated excess without a counter value in a sale transaction. There are two types of excesses. One is quantity or amount, qadar. This involves weighing, measuring, or counting. And this is called riba al-Fadl. The other is benefit of delay, or riba al-Nasi'ah, which involves time. Riba al-Fadl, it is stipulated excess, exchanging unequal quantities of same item. This famous hadith from Sahih Muslim says Abu Sa'id al-Khudri reported Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, as saying, "Gold is to be paid for by gold, silver by silver, wheat by wheat, barley by barley, dates by dates, and salt by salt, like for like payment being made on the spot. If anyone gives more or asks more, he has dealt in riba. The receiver and giver are equally guilty." So these items mentioned here, they have the characteristics of money, and this must be exchanged in equal quantities on the spot. If they are exchanged in unequal quantities, then riba is involved. We can illustrate riba al-Fadl as follows. This person either gives or lends, let's say, 1 dinar to this lady here, and she returns back 2. So that's extra. And this is riba al-Fadl, whether it is on the spot or involves time, so more has been returned of the same item. So that's riba. A reduction in weight is also riba. For example, in debasement of coins in those days, when someone debases coins, that is reducing the weight. So also involves riba al-Fadl. Riba al-Nasi'ah involves time delay. The amount involved is the same, but is still riba due to benefit of utilization during the period of the delay. So riba al-Nasi'ah can be illustrated as follows. So this is time now, and this is, let's say, 1 year later, and this person lends 1 dinar to this lady here, and she returns back also 1 dinar after 1 year. And this, from Sharia perspective, is also riba because the utilization of this money benefits the borrower. So riba al-Nasi'ah accrues to the borrower. So if someone wants to help a person who is in need by lending money, then the time of return cannot be specified. So when time is not specified, that becomes qardul hasan. The third is the complete riba, as we find in modern lending transactions. Here we find that this person lends, let's say, money, 1 dinar or even any currency for, let's say, 1 year. This person returns back more than one after 1 year. So the extra is considered to be riba al-Fadl, and the time delay is riba al-Nasi'ah. So this transaction has both the riba combined. So lending money in Sharia can be viewed as a sale of currency when viewed from buy perspective or from sales perspective. So in a loan transaction, the lender gets riba al-Fadl, but the borrower gets riba al-Nasi'ah, who takes benefit from the amount of commodity during the period of delay or repayment. So those are the three types of transactions in which riba operates. The condition is the species of the commodity exchanged must be the same. Species is identified by method of estimation or measure. To illustrate this, let's look at transactions that avoid riba. So these are items that can play a role of money, for example, gold, silver, iron, copper, nickel, and food items here like wheat, barley, dates, salt, and here airtime, like mobile airtime, like that practice in Kenya. M-Pesa in Kenya uses airtime. Gold and silver is measured using precise weighing. These are generally weighed in grams, and people weigh them even to 3 decimal places. These metals, iron, copper, and so forth, are measured, involve cost weighing in grams or kilogram. And this one, grains and dates and salt, people either use grams or kilograms or even volume like bushels and so forth. And this one, species number 4, is measured using time. So under the same species, if the same item, it must be exchanged spot and same weight. Those are shown in red color. But same species but different items, like between gold and silver, those are in yellow, can be exchanged in different quantities but must be on spot. So those yellow can be exchanged different quantities but must be spot. The green ones are between species. Therefore, they can be spot or delayed and can be different weight or measure. Okay? So by following these conditions, riba can be avoided. Fiat money of today is clearly riba because there's no counter value in the transaction, particularly the first transaction. And this involves riba of the first kind. And Professor Nyazi mentions this on page 129 of his book, where he states, the truth is that if strict legal position of Islamic law is adopted, all transactions in paper currency will become invalid. Now, interest charged in modern banking and financial dealings is clearly riba of the third kind. It involves addition and also involves a delay in time. In the modern economy, though, interest is made to exist by keeping liquidity scarce in the economy. This necessitates the public to borrow money at interest so that they can transact with it in the economy. So, interest in the modern economy plays with liquidity. Interest charge is made possible when the quantity of money in circulation is manipulated or controlled by some quarters. The market is where goods and services are exchanged, and money facilitates that exchange by providing the liquidity needed. Interest exists by manipulating the liquidity itself. Let me illustrate this. Let's say this is an economy of the past where gold and silver playing the role of money, like that used to be in bimetallism. So a vibrant economy is achieved. Money is circulating and a lot of transactions are taking place. Now, silver is deemed not money. That is demonetization of silver as happened in 1879 in history. So when silver is no longer can be used as money and only gold can be used as money, so these people have no money now to transact in the economy. So liquidity is hampered and these people can easily transact because they have the gold. So how do these people transact, those without money? They are forced to borrow money from those who have gold and they may be forced to pay interest on the borrowing. So by reducing the liquidity in the economy, interest charges are made to exist. And interest is not repayable in aggregate. It's a zero-sum game, which means an interest income for one is an interest expense for another. Unlike profit, which is not a zero-sum game. Elsewhere, I have argued that interest-based fiat monetary system causes myriad socioeconomic problems, including all these. I've made another video titled The Problem with Interest. You may take a look at it. Bye.